Nkiru, this smell from your legs is something else. Haba, go and find a solution instead of walking around like this.
I know it affects people, Riri, and it affects me too. But I won't shrink myself because of it. What is meant for me will definitely find me.
In the quiet village of Umudara, there lived a young woman named Nkiru, known by everyone for her kindness, her laughter, and a strange gift she never understood. Umudara was a village where beauty was measured by smooth skin, graceful walking, and soft perfume made from herbs and flowers. The girls of Umudara bathed twice a day, scrubbed their feet with smooth stones, and scented themselves with oils so that any man passing by would turn his head. Marriage was the pride of every family, and every mother prayed that her daughter would be chosen early. Yet Nkiru was different. No matter how much she washed her feet in the river, no matter how much she scrubbed them with ash and herbs, a strong smell always returned by evening. It was not the smell of death, but deep and heavy, like damp earth after rain. The village girls mocked her quietly. Some laughed openly. Who will marry a woman whose feet announce her before she arrives? They whispered. Nkiru heard them, but she never fought back. She kept her head high and helped her mother at home, fetched water, cooked for travelers, and greeted elders with respect. Still, as seasons passed, one by one, the other girls were married. Drums beat, goats were slaughtered, brides left their fathers' homes in celebration. Nkiru remained. Her mother worried. Her father sighed. The village elders shook their heads. Then something strange began to happen. One market day, a group of big, notable, wealthy men arrived in Umudara. They were hunters and traders from the northern forests, tall men with broad shoulders and deep voices. Their leader, Okore the lion, was known across villages for his strength and wealth. Women hid behind doors when he passed, not from fear, but from shyness. As the men rested under the Udala tree, Nkiru passed by carrying firewood. She did not see them. She did not try to impress them. But as she walked, Okore suddenly stood up. "Who just passed here?" he asked. The other men sniffed the air. "There's a smell," one said slowly. "Strong, alive." Okore's eyes followed Nkiru's retreating figure. His heart beat faster for reasons he could not explain. That night, Okore could not sleep. The smell stayed in his mind, pulling him like a drumbeat. The next morning, he asked about the girl. "That is Nkiru, a good girl, but cursed with smelly feet." Okore laughed. Cursed or chosen? From that day, more men noticed Nkiru. Traders passing through the village asked about her. A wealthy palm wine tapper offered gifts. A respected blacksmith sent kola nuts. Soon, powerful men began visiting Umudara for reasons no one understood. The other girls were confused. How can men ignore us and chase a girl with smelly feet? They complained. Jealousy grew like weeds. Nkiru herself was afraid. She soaked her feet until her skin burnt. She cried to her mother, "Why is this happening to me?" Her mother held her and said softly, "What we do not understand is often what carries our destiny." But the village was no longer peaceful. Whispers spread that Nkiru was using witchcraft or that her feet carried a spell. Some elders warned her to leave the village before trouble came. And so, as drums beat again for another bride, Nkiru sat alone, unaware that her fate was just beginning to unfold. As the weeks passed, Umudara became restless. Never before had so many important men gathered for one woman. Nkiru avoided the marketplace, kept her head low, and spoke little. Still, the smell followed her, as faithful as a shadow. The more she tried to hide, the more attention she drew. One evening, the village council called a meeting. This matter has gone beyond embarrassment, an elder said. Another elder spoke sharply. If she is using powers, they must be revealed. Nkiru was summoned. She stood before them trembling, her wrapper tight around her waist. I know no charms, I only know myself. The elders were divided. Some believed her, others did not. That same night, Okore the lion returned, this time with gifts fit for a king. Cows, cloth, and bronze bracelets were laid before Nkiru's father. I wish to marry your daughter, he declared. Gasps filled the air. The other girls wept in secret. Mothers cursed their luck. Fathers grew bitter. Why her? Before an answer could be given, another man arrived. Ezemadu, a wealthy trader from the riverlands, made the same request. Then came Onyekachi, a warrior with scars and songs sung in his name. 3 powerful men, 1 woman. The elders feared bloodshed. That night, the confused Nkiru dreamed. In the dream, an old woman stood by a river, her feet buried in mud. Your feet carry the earth, the woman said. The earth calls those who know its weight. Nkiru woke shaking. At dawn, she went to the river and washed her feet as she always did, but this time she stopped scrubbing. She let them be. When she returned, she spoke boldly. I will not choose based on anger or fear. I will choose the man who understands me. The men were tested. They were asked to walk with her, walk beside her, and sit in silence with her. Some could not stand the smell. They complained. They mocked. Okore did not. He said, the earth smells, and yet it feeds us all. The choice was made. When Nkiru married Okore, the village was silent. Some clapped, others turned away. It was a lavish ceremony. No expenses was pitied. People had enough to eat and feed their families for at least 2 market days. Nkiru was the most beautiful bride ever, while native chalk designed all over her body, corals on her head, waist, neck, and ankles. The people who were in attendance testified that that was the best wedding they had attended in a long time. Life with Okore changed everything. He never asked Nkiru to hide. He never mocked her. When she removed her sandals at night, he did not flinch. Instead, he laughed. These feet carried you to me. Why should I hate them? They prospered. Their farms yielded more crops than expected. Their goats multiplied. Travelers said the land around their home smelt rich, like fertile soil. Meanwhile, the other girls remained single longer than expected. Proposals slowed. Men passed through Umudara and kept walking. Bitterness hardened into regret. One woman finally asked Nkiru, "What did you do?" Nkiru answered calmly, "I stopped fighting myself." Years passed. Children were born, 2 girls and 1 boy. Nkiru's daughters did not inherit her smell, but they inherited her confidence. They were beautiful. They were loved. Eventually, one by one, the other women married, but none forgot the lesson. In old age, Nkiru sat by the fire and told her story to her grandchildren. They laughed at my weakness, she said, but my weakness carried my blessing. Going forward, Umudara changed. Girls were taught not only beauty, but patience. men learned that desire does not always follow perfume. And so the folk tale spread. What you hide may be what calls your destiny. So what do we learn from this story? Be your real self. Nkiru stopped trying to hide her smell and started being herself. When she stopped fighting her nature, she finally found peace and happiness. Don't judge by the outside. The village girls looked and smelled nice, but they were mean. Nkiru had smelly feet, but she was kind and strong. Real beauty is about who you are inside. Your problem could be your blessing. People laughed at Nkiru's feet, but that same smell brought her a great husband and a wealthy life. Sometimes the thing you don't like about yourself is actually what makes you special. Wait for the right person. Nkiru didn't need to change for the village boys. She waited for someone like Okore who loved her exactly as she was. Stop trying to blend in when you were born to stand out. Do you have something about yourself that makes you feel different or strange? Don't be ashamed of it. That unique trait is your superpower. Tell us in the comments, what is one thing that makes you unique? Let's celebrate our differences together. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more African tales with plenty of moral lessons.